The first four-stroke engine was created in 1876 in Germany. It was nicknamed the Silent Auto. Many of us may believe that the first engine was actually created in America, by Ford Motor Company, but it's actually not. The first in the world was in Germany. One of my passions in life revolves around cars and trucks, and mainly the engine that lies beneath the hood. The overall purpose of this speech is to introduce you to the basic operation, function of an internal combustion engine, and the three main and crucial ingredients that the engine relies on to run properly, and how those ingredients get into the combustion chamber, which is where everything comes together to produce the running engine. So the three main ingredients include air, spark, and fuel. We're going to use a gas engine as an example, so oxygen, gas, and a spark plug. So it starts with oxygen through the intake valve with the fuel sprayed at a specific time, which is ignited by the spark plug, which is all located within the combustion chamber. So the mechanical function of this is you have your crankshaft and your piston. So the piston goes up along while the oxygen and the fuel is sprayed and collected in the combustion chamber, and the spark plug and the compression pop at the same time. And when it goes down, the piston is pushed down at a fast rate and allows the exhaust to exit out the back of the vehicle through the exhaust intake, or the exhaust valve, So how does the oxygen get to the combustion chamber? Through the air intake, which is the physical, location that the air comes from. And according to Dustin Howley on jdpower.com, which is published on February 26, 2021, he says, without an air intake, the engine may not run at all. So it starts with external air going through the air filter, which cleanses it of all the contaminants in the air, and it runs through what is called the MAF sensor, or the mass airflow sensor, which basically reads the amount of air that passes through, right? And the throttle body is the next thing that the air goes through, and that pretty much regulates how much air passes through the whole system. And the air that passes through the throttle body goes to the intake, goes through the intake valve straight into the combustion chamber. So how does the fuel, or the gas in this case, get to the combustion chamber? According to AutoZone.com, it all starts with the fuel pump. Now, the fuel pump, some of them are loaded in the modern vehicles today. Some of the fuel pumps are located within the gas tank. On some of the older vehicles, they might be outside. So you put your gas in your gas tank, and the fuel pump will suck that gas out of the tank and send it through the fuel lines. Then it gets to the fuel filter and the fuel pressure regulator, which not only regulates pressure but also regulates volume. And then it sends that amount of fuel into the fuel injectors, and the timing will allow that fuel to be sprayed at the proper timing with the pistons. So, now that we have the air and the gas, what is it that creates the spark? It's the spark plug. It pretty much just ignites the fuel-air mixture as the piston compresses the whole system there. Now, what makes a spark plug? Insulated electrode, insulated wire, and an ignition coil. All of that creates the spark. According to AutoZone.com, the ignition coil releases the voltage within the spark plug, and that's what creates the spark. And the spark plug is actually located kind of within the combustion chamber. The tip of it allows the spark. And also, it's said that the spark plug is the backbone of the whole system, even though it just pretty much aids within the compression, because compression can produce the combustion like you see in a diesel engine. In conclusion, the basics of an internal combustion engine heavily rely on oxygen, gas, and a spark, which result in in the running engine. In the previous 4 to 5 minutes, we discussed not only the basic operation of that engine, but how everything gets to where it needs to go in order to power it, right? And as well as the three ingredients and the location of the combustion chamber within the engine. I hope everyone now has a basic understanding of an internal combustion engine. and the three crucial ingredients that power it. Thank you.